Hello YouTube, my name is Erica and this is Unaesthetic Reads. This is embarrassing. It's been over a month since my previous video, and well, it's only now that I've gotten around to making another one. But as I've said before, who knows if I'll be able to keep this up, but what the heck, right? Clearly, I did not make any promises, so I'm not gonna give myself a hard time for it, and I guess from now on, you'll just see me when you see me, okay? Okay. Now for this video. This was originally meant to be a book package unboxing type of video, and I've actually already filmed that yesterday. But I wasn't happy with how it turned out. Unboxing videos are hard. Hence, you'll be getting a plain book haul video instead, featuring once again my stool of books. Now, I'm not usually the type to buy a jillion books all at once. One, because it's hella expensive, and two, my TBR is overwhelming enough as it is. But I have accumulated a number of books since the last time I've shown my face here in this corner of the internet. And I thought it would be fun to talk about them on camera. So let's dive in. Go dogs! The first title from this randomly organized pile is this Filipino book called Bayan ng Ginhaw, ang Pabrika ng mga Maskara by Rodal, Tapaya. I picked this one up at the Art Fair Philippines, which my partner and I visited last weekend. This is, I guess you could say, a picture book, because there are pictures. And the author is both the writer and illustrator. I haven't really been reading picture books or even graphic novels, but this one caught my fancy because of the summary in the back. The town of Ginhaw is attacked by a monster which snatches the eyes of the villagers. From his tower, Bel, I guess one of the main characters, spies through his telescope the vague outlines of a monster committing the crime. But he can't be certain of who or what is causing the epidemic of violence. Meanwhile, a line of masks the townspeople call Antipara becomes all the rage as a prosthetic for all those who had their eyes taken out. The masks promise clearer vision and the ability to enter other worlds. Sounds like a trip. Also, the author/illustrator was there at the art fair when we visited, and he was gracious enough to sign my copy for me and even threw in a couple of cute original sketches. Really cool. Doggy's quiet. My glasses keep sliding off my face. Anyway, next up is this book from my most recent trip to the bookstore. It's another Filipino hardback, and it's called Alternative Alamat, an Anthology, Myths and Legends from the Philippines, edited by Paolo Chikiamko. It's a collection of 13 short speculative fiction by Asian authors. And I picked this one up along with my partner because personally, I've always been interested in Greek mythology, but I am practically ignorant about my country's own myths and legends. And that's a shame. Additionally, one of the stories in here is about Maria Makiling, and the school where I teach is on the mountain where she supposedly lives. Anyway, yes, I'm excited to read this one. The next book is this tiny little beautiful thing with gold edges. It's the Macmillan Library Collector's Edition of Persuasion by Jane Austen. I've always said that Persuasion is my favorite Austen, but to be honest, I've only ever read Pride and Prejudice. In fact, I've only seen 3 film adaptations of Austen novels: Mansfield Park with Billie Piper, Pride and Prejudice with Matthew McFadden as Mr. Darcy, and all 3 Persuasion films, even though I would very much like to forget that the third one exists. Dakota, I love you, but that's not it. And that's the only basis for my claim that Persuasion is my favorite Austen novel. But to be fair, if you put their stories side by side by side, Persuasion is undoubtedly the winner for me. I mean, second chance romance, love to hate slash indifference to love, quiet pining. What more could a girl like me ask for? Absolutely none. And so, to make myself feel less of a poser, I have decided to finally read the book. And I chose this particular edition for additional vibes. You know what I mean? Of course you do. High five. Moving on to the next book. This is from my very first trip to the bookstore this year. The bag it had been in had been sitting unopened in my bookshelf for quite some time until yesterday when I filmed the doomed unboxing video. Anyway, it's The Testaments by Margaret Atwood. If you'd watched my previous video, the one and only book vlog that I have so far, yes, that's the one, you'd know that I read The Handmaid's Tale last year and enjoyed it. Therefore, I'm going to read the sequel. I know nothing about this book aside from that the events in this book happened many years after the events in The Handmaid's Tale. Also, I'm not sure if it's true, but I read somewhere that the sixth and final season of the TV series will be adapted from the Testaments. I guess we'll see. Along with the Testaments, I also got Bunny by Mona Awad. This wasn't in my want to read list, but I have heard a mixed bag of reviews about this book, and when I saw this striking cover on display in the bookstore, I decided right there and then to add it on my TBR. And how serendipitous is it that the blurb on the cover of this book is by Margaret Atwood, which I only noticed when I was already paying for them. I mean, that's destiny, right? A lot of people said that this is a cross between Clueless or Mean Girls and The Craft. I don't know what to make of that, but I used to be obsessed with Charmed, the WB series, the original one. So there's probably something in here that I would enjoy. Fingers crossed. Up next is a book that I ordered from Book Depository last December but only arrived last week. It's Babel by R.F. Kuang. Like Bunny, I have heard mixed reviews of this book from people whose book tastes are pretty similar to mine, so I find it intriguing and I want to know what is up, like the FOMO girly that I am. All I know about this book is it's about an orphan, a person of color who was adopted by a white man and trained at an early age to study translation in Oxford University. And with that, colonization is a big theme in here. And also there's magic because it's an adult fantasy after all. So gorgeous, I hope I enjoy you. We are down to the last 3 books and I ordered all of them at the same time. The package they came in had also been sitting untouched in my bookshelf for the past month. So I was extremely psyched to finally open them yesterday. The first of the 3 is A Play for the End of the World by Jai Chakrabarti. I don't know about you, but sometimes I find myself scrolling through the book selections on the Fully Booked website just to see if there's anything that would interest me, and that's how I discovered this book. Let me read the synopsis at the back. New York City, 1972. Jarek Smith, a survivor of the Warsaw Ghetto, and Lucy Gardner, a free-spirited Southerner newly arrived in the city, are in the first bloom of love when they receive word that Jarek's oldest friend from childhood had died under mysterious circumstances in a village in eastern India. Traveling there alone to collect his friend's ashes, Jarek soon finds himself enmeshed in the chaos of local politics and efforts to stage a play in protest against the government. The same play that Jarek performed as a child in Warsaw as an act of resistance against the Nazis. An unlikely, unforgettable love story, A Play for the End of the World is a provocative exploration of the role of art in times of political upheaval and a deeply moving reminder of the power of the past to shape the present. Art in times of political upheaval. Count me in. The next book is The Great Believers by Rebecca Makkai. This one was out of stock when I first checked for it online, and it was out of stock for quite some time. So when I finally got a notification that they restocked it, I immediately added it to my digital cart, as you do. Like Babel and the Bunny, I have heard people say they didn't like it, while others absolutely loved it. But what ultimately made me decide to add it on my TBR is on Carly's video, link in the description box. From the things she said about this book, including but not exclusively that this is the saddest thing she's ever read, it sounded like it's up my alley. Take from that what you will. The last book from that package and in this entire video is this thick son of a witch, Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. It's the sequel to Ninth House, which I struggled through and loathed last year. Now, why do I want to read the continuation of a story that frustrated the hell out of me? I don't know. I'm the queen of illogical decisions, clearly. Also, despite myself, I still want to know what happened to Darlington. Plus, a trip to hell with a main character with questionable motivations can make for an interesting adventure, I think. I hope. And that's it! Heavy! The 9 books that will hopefully be read by me at some point this year. If enough inspiration and willingness strike me, I may even do a reading vlog of one of these, but don't hold me accountable to that because I will deny it. Video evidence me damned. Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye!